Sehui, and I'm a game designer. Today I'm going to teach you a game that I designed called Pasaraya Supermarket Manager. Pasaraya Supermarket Manager is a 2 to 4 player card game where all players assume the role of managers running competing supermarkets in a small town. Players will stock up items, fulfill local demands, respond to market events, and become the most profitable supermarket by the end of the game. Would you be the richest supermarket tycoon in town? Let's go to the table and find out. To set up the game, first you will need to separate all the different card types into their separate piles. They are the money piles, the staff pile, the goods or inventory pile, the year 1 and year 2 local demand pile, the market forces pile, and some special cards such as the starting market forces, end of year 2, review local demands, and the junior salesperson cards. First, you will need to shuffle the year 2 local demand cards over here. Draw 7 cards out of this deck face down. And set the remaining year 2 local demand cards aside. We will stack this end of year 2 local card, the year 2 local demand card on top of this pile. And then we will shuffle the market forces card here. Draw 2 random ones and put it among the 7 year 2 local demand cards that we have set aside, and give them a shuffle. Once that's done, stack this on top, together with 1 face down market demand card on top of you. Shuffle the year 1 local demand cards. Draw 7 cards face down and 3 face up. Draw 2 market forces cards face down and shuffle them among the 7 face down year 1 piles. We'll stack these on top of the local demand deck. And the unused year 1 and market forces card will be removed from the game and will not be used. Next, we will need to set up the player area. For each player, give each player a player mat which doubles as a player reference. We are setting this game up for a 2-player game, so we will set up like this. Then we will deal 1 junior salesperson card into a supermarket area. All remaining junior salesperson are removed from the game and will not be used. Next, count up 8 mil and place it in the bank. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Once that's done, we'll now set up their draw piles. To do so, deal 7 mil, 2 clothes, and 2 food, and 1 clothes, and place them into your draw pile. Make sure there are a total of 10 cards in their deck. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 clothes. The player who has recently went shopping shall receive the reveal 1 local demand reminder card and place it in front of them. This concludes the setup phase, and now you can start to play Pasaraya Supermarket Manager. Before the game starts, each player shall pick up their draw pile, shuffle it, and draw 5 cards to form their hand. In Pasaraya, players have to manage their supermarket over 2 years, and the objective of the game is trying to become the richest supermarket by the end of 2 years, which happens at the end of the game when the end of year 2 card is revealed from the local demand deck. To earn money, your two primary ways of earning money is either through fulfilling local demands. For example, you can sell 1 food and 1 clothes for 8 meal from your supermarket, or you can sell single-turn items to the Market Forces card, which will sell them at a cheaper price. By the end of the game, all the money cards, the inventory cards in your bank, supermarket, or draw pile and warehouse will be calculated, and the player with the most money will win. In this game, each player takes turns performing their actions to manage their supermarket, using the available resources or cards from their hand. A player turn is broken down into 6 phases. Phase 1, starting player review. On the start of the starting player's turn, a new card will be revealed from the local demand deck. If it's a Market Forces card, cover up the existing Market Forces card, any existing Market Forces card, and resolve its market event as listed down below. If you happen to reveal a local demand card like this, put it among the revealed local demand cards like this. Let's just remove this from the game. Phase 2, player actions. Using cards that are on your hand, you can play as many, you can perform as many actions that are listed on your player reference sheet. Money from your, let's go through them one by one, shall we? Money that is in your hand, you can use it to purchase as many inventory as you want, or you can purchase 1 staff per turn. You can do it in the combination of both. For example, with the 3 meal, I can buy 1 food and 1 clothes, or I can hire 1 security and buy 2 food instead. Note that you are only allowed to hire 1 staff per turn, so in this case you are not allowed to hire 2 security thieves this way. Once you have decided what you are going to purchase, return all the meal that is back to the supply. And the cards that you purchase, you place it in your warehouse over here. Inventory in your hand, you can stock it in your supermarket by placing them into your supermarket pile like this. Reason why you want to stock your inventory into your supermarket is because that it's only goods that are in your supermarket, you can sell it to either fulfilling demands or selling it into the marketplace over here. Any inventory that is in your warehouse or your draw pile cannot be sold cannot be used to sell to fulfill demands or be sold. Once you have inventory in your supermarket, you are allowed to either sell 1 item into the marketplace that is listed in the market forces card. For example, I can sell food for 2 meal. To do so, return the item from the supermarket into the supply and gain that much money into your bank account, which is over here. Note that it's like you may only gain money from as 1 or 10 meal cards. 3 meal cards can only be gained through a staff ability, which we'll talk about it later. Alternatively, you can sell these inventory to fulfill local demands, so long you have the matching local demand for it. For example, I have 1 food, 1 clothes, and I can fulfill this demand which requires 1 food and 1 clothes without any appliances. And I can earn 8 from there. But in order for me to fulfill this demand, I must have a salesperson that is able to fulfill these local demands. So you need the inventory, the salesperson, and the matching local demand for it. To fulfill the local demand, return the required goods to the supply. Your salesperson from your supermarket or hand shall go into your warehouse. The local demand, this card will go into your warehouse as well, and you'll gain 8 meal for fulfilling it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same rule applies. You can only gain money in 1 or 10 meal denominations, but you are not allowed to gain any 3 meals from that. So I cannot say that I'm going to take 1 3 and 5 1 meal this way. Now let's talk about, it's like when you draw either a staff card or a market research card in your hand, you are allowed to play them, and it's like how you play them are as follows. Let's say for example, I draw these, well, it's 5 cards, so it's fine, okay. And let's say it's like instead of the security thief, I have the buyer worker, for example. So let's say this is your hand. You may play any market research card from your hand by resolving the bottom portion of the card itself. Like this one will attach this to an existing local demand. So what you will do is that you will just attach it here, and this local demand is now modified so that now instead of being 1 food, 1 clothes and 1 appliances, you will need to, this demand is now 3 food, 1 clothes, 1 appliance for 23 meal. There are also cards like this which resolve a little bit differently, where it's like after you play this card, you will remove this card from the game after playing this card, and you'll resolve the text over here. For example, this is returned as a revealed local demand, may not be fulfilled the turn that it is played. Staff cards that in your hand, you may play it for its ability, but every time it's like when you resolve, you can only resolve 1 of the 2 abilities that is on the staff card itself. Let's go through all the staff abilities over here. The buyer, you are allowed to purchase 1 inventory for 1 fuel meal, and you can reduce the price below, it's like you can not reduce the price below 0. For example, I can buy 1 food for free, or I can buy clothes for 1 or appliance for 1, but you can only buy 1 item using the buyer ability this way. Or the worker, which allows you to bring out 1 of your inventory from your warehouse to your supermarket. For example, if I have food here, I play the worker card, it goes straight into the supermarket part. Once you play the card, you just place it in your warehouse. Now the other cards staff are the manager, which allows you to draw 2 cards from your draw pile and discard 1 card from any card that is in your hand. the accountant allows you to convert 3 of the 1 mil cards over here to gain 1 of the 3 mil cards into your warehouse. The recruiter may hire 1 employee for 1 fuel meal, but it cannot reduce the price below 1. So for example, the security thief cannot be free, you still have to pay 1. But everybody else is like, this is now 1, this is 2, this is 1. And the recruiter is the only way you can hire more than 1 staff per turn. The salesperson is the same as your junior. So it's like they are functionally the same, which you'll be using them to fulfill one of these local demands. The thief is like, if you return it to the supply, you may steal 1 card from your opponent's either supermarket or their hand. So if, for example, if there's an opponent with an appliance in front of them and they are not protected by security, I may play 1 thief to gain these appliances into my hand. However, if the opponent's supermarket is protected by the security, you will need to play, instead of playing 1 thief, you will have to play 2 thieves in order to successfully steal the appliances, regardless of how many security they have in their supermarket at that time. So for example, let's say I want to steal the appliances. I cannot just play 1, I must play 2 thieves. So 2 thieves will be returned to the supply. And when this happens, the security will be returned back to the security that secures the supermarket will be returned back to the supply, and I will gain the appliances from their hand into my hand. Now let's say if you have a staff that is in your hand but you are not able to play it. You don't want to use it in this turn. You may always put it in your reserve by putting it on standby in your supermarket. For example, let's say I have 2 food around here, but there is no local demands that I can fulfill it. I'll put him just in my supermarket to do so. I can do it. In the later turn, I may play this card as if it was in my hand. However, there is a limit of only 1 card per. It's 1 card per type. So at the maximum, you can only have 1 buyer's worker, 1 manager, accountant, 1 recruiter, salesperson, a security thief, and a junior salesperson on standby in your supermarket at any time. Let's say if I have another buyer worker in my hand, I cannot place it. I cannot put it on standby if there is already a buyer worker that is already on standby in my supermarket. And on a later turn, I may just take this. I can take these back into my hand. I may play it for its ability. Phase 3, which is cleanup. Cleanup pretty much means any remaining card that is not in your hand, that is not played during this turn, would have to be discarded back into the warehouse. And phase 4 will be withdrawal. And in this phase, you may withdraw up to 5 mil and place it into your supermarket, into your warehouse. Sorry. It's up to 5 mil. It's you can choose to withdraw, say, I'll be withdrawing just 3 mil and just place it in my supermarket. This phase is really important. Try not to forget it, because this is the only way you will be getting money into your draw deck on later turns. And phase 5, you'll try to draw 5 cards to prepare for your next turn. If you happen to, let's say I only have 3 cards here, if you can only, if your draw pile is less than 5 cards, so for example, there's only 3 cards in my deck, I will draw the 3 cards from my draw pile, shuffle my warehouse pile, and this will form the new draw pile which I will draw the remaining 2 cards from. And once that's done, then we'll enter into phase 6, where we'll reveal local demands until there is 3 local demand cards. For example, there's only 1, 2, 3. So there's 1, 2, so we need to reveal until there's 3. Any market forces card that is revealed this way must be resolved first and reveal until there is 3 local demand cards that is over here. And in this case, since we revealed 2 market forces card, we'll need to resolve this ability first, then we'll resolve this ability. And once you're done, you just stack it into one nice pile. Then the turn goes to the next player. The game will go on until there is the end of year 2 card. And once this card is revealed, depending on when this card is revealed, the game will end. Either if it's revealed during the starting player's phase 1, this will be the last turn, or if it's revealed at phase 6, the next turn will be the last turn. Once everybody takes an equal number of turns, we'll resolve and we'll calculate what's the end game score. Once the game has ended, all players must count out all the money that is in their bank, warehouse and draw pile, and all the inventory that is in your supermarket, warehouse and draw pile are worth their cost over here. So for example, over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8 in this pile, and you just add up whatever that is in your bank pile. All market research cards and salesperson cards and staff cards are not counted towards the end game and shall be removed from the game. Once you total up, the player with the most meal will be the richest supermarket tycoon in town and wins the game. And that's how you play Pasaraya Supermarket Manager. We are currently running a pre-order campaign for Malaysian customers at a discounted price of 110 ringgit, and we are estimating a publication date of May 2017. All the artwork you see right now are prototype artwork and will be completely revamped into one of the really cool ones that is over here she's the HR, she's the recruiter. And all the artwork that you see, on the staff cards will be available as promotional cards, as alternative art cards. If you have any questions or would like to place a pre-order, please contact me on Facebook through Facebook. Facebook at Box Games, which I will put the link down over here. And I hope you enjoyed the video and that you will love the game when it's released. Thanks!